Hey there, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. Now, just forewarning, this video is pre-recorded because I will be in a pool tournament, but we will return on Monday with brand new videos that is current to your guys' thing, whatever it may be. Anyways, happy Sunday. I think this video will be released. I hope that you have a wonderful day, but we'll get through some matches so you guys can have something to watch while I'm either owning or getting owned on a pool table. Let's go ahead and get started with our matches, shall we? Okay, so the match that we are dealing with today is going to be Regieleki, Iron Thorns, I think that's what his name is, Iron Jugulus, Diplin, Thundurus, and Iron Thorns. Wait, no, Iron Moth. Iron Moth. I know Pokemon types, I swear. We will have to deal with some Trick Room shenanigans. I don't think Thundurus is going to have it, but Paralyze is going to be huge in this match. But Iron Moth does have access to Tailwind, and so does Iron Jugulus. I can clearly see that this is going to be like a team that's going to take full advantage of electric terrain. I think Regieleki can use it, and that's going to activate Quark Drive for 3 out of the 6 Pokemon. So for that, we're going to open up with Tornadus, great test, that way we can withstand different attacks. Gyarados to be able to maybe offset some attacks. I mean, Iron Thorns is going to be the one that I'm going to be worried about the most, and I kind of want to bring in Flutter Mane, but I don't know if it's going to do anything, but I'll bring it in anyway, because Champao, I don't think it's going to be really helpful here, and Amoonguss definitely isn't going to be very helpful here. I mean, it does offset some typings, but a lot of these Pokemon are going to be carrying some heat. Iron Moth especially is going to be doing a lot of damage to our Pokemon. So we have Thundurus and Iron Jugulus. So with this particular matchup, we're going to want to do Taunt to get the Thundurus out of the way, and then we're going to Rock Slide to hopefully get the flinches. Taunt, I'm hoping, will go on to Thundurus so that we stop the Paralyze. It's not going to really hurt Great Tusk at all because he is part ground and he can't be, but I'm hoping that it stops everything else as well. So Taunt went off. No Mental Herb, cannot use the electric terrain after the Taunt. Here comes the Rock Slide, which is definitely going to do something. Pops the Citrus Berry off the Thundurus, so he gets right on the electric terrain, and Hyper Voice goes off on the Iron Jugulus. And that is ooh, that would have done a lot if we weren't careful. We're going to go ahead and hit them with the Leer, and then Rock Slide again. They're probably going to swap or do something different. Swapping would probably be the best thing to save this Thundurus so that you can use it for, if that's your strategy. But they withdrew Iron Jugulus to bring out Diplin. That is going to lower our... Ooh, that's a shiny one. That's dope looking. It's going to lower our evasion. So Leer drops their defenses 1 stage. This should knock out the Thundurus now. Rock Slide will KO him. Does nothing to the Diplin, but the Diplin did switch in for this turn. I believe I still have the reins of doing good. Iron Jugulus comes out now. Now I could Tailwind, or I could swap. I don't know what Diplin's going to do. He is weak against my own attacks. I think I'm going to Leer again and just keep going with the not headlong rush, but the weakness with the Rock Slide, and hopefully get some flinches in. They're going to Terra. It's going to be the Iron Jugulus, and that Terra is going to be Dark. So Leer isn't going to hurt Iron Jugulus at all. But I will drop the stage to Diplin And he's going to prevent a lot of damage to Iron Jugulis, which is not going to KO him. Hyper Voice does come out, and it will not KO the Great Tusk, but it does a lot of damage. Brings him down to 4. Pollen Puff will then heal the Iron Jugulis. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Bleak Wind and Rock Slide. Hyper Voice is a special attack, I believe. Because that's what Sylveon uses, so I'm led to believe with that. Still, that's a lot of damage. Withdrew Diplin, good idea for one. Bring out Iron Thorns, who is also going to be taking advantage of their own Rock Glide shenanigans. Does barely any damage to either one, but here comes the Bleak Wind Storm, which does not take down the Iron Jugulis, but it is a double knockout on their side of the field for sure. Jugulis couldn't move. Let's go. Okay, we'll do it again. Yep, we'll just do it again. Jugulis, are you gonna swap out? Are you gonna Hyper Voice again? Or are you not gonna do anything? I don't know what you're gonna do. Right now, I am set for gold. Rock Slide goes out. Misses Iron Thorns. Hits the Jugulis and knocks him out. Goodbye. And there goes your Terra type. I haven't Terra'd yet. And here comes the Bleak Wind. One target. Still does not so much. But it does drop his speed one stage. Rock Slide of his own. It's definitely going to take out my Pokemon for sure. 100%. Question is Steel weak against Rock? I don't think that they are. I think that it's going to be weaker. But since that's a physical Pokemon, I'm definitely going to bring out Gyarados. And we're definitely going to be doing some damage here. And they bring out Diplin, the Gourmet. God, I love the fact that it's shiny. That's a golden apple. That's dope. I hope everyone gets a golden apple. And up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Thunder Wave. It will hurt the Iron Horns quite a bit. We're going to Terra to go to Steel. And I'm going to hit the Iron Thorns. And then we could go to the Moonblast. We'll go with the double. We'll go with the spread move. Again, I don't know what Rock Slide's going to do to a Steel type Pokemon, so we're hoping that it does really well. But I also do not want to make it so that if I did it with Flutter Mane, that it gets one-shotted. So that's what I want to try to prevent. So Dazzling Gleam goes first. We'll knock out the Diplin. Leaves Iron Thorns weaker than before. The Waterfall goes into that slot, and it will get the KO. I believe we won the match. Yep. That was interesting. That was totally interesting. I totally called it with the electric terrain, though. That was a good call. All right, next match up, we've got Basculin Legion, Serena, Pelipper, Sinistcha, Sneasler, I think that's what you call him, and Thundurus. So, Rain team that's going to be taking complete control over Paralyze and all of that shiznaz. So, we're going to have to worry about that. And we're going to have negative priority because Serena's going to use Queenly Majesty. We're going to have to play around that just a little bit. Now, with that being said, we're going to have to figure out which is going to be the best course of action. We're going to need to bring in Tornadus for sure. Maybe start with Great Tusk, because if it is, Thundurus, if we do get like the taunt off and it does have a mental herb, it's not going to be able to paralyze right away. But we do have to worry about Basculin Legion as well, becoming like better. So we're going to have to shut down Pelipper as fast as possible, if that's even possible at all. Gyarados to lower down attacks. That's probably going to happen with the Basculin Legion. It's going to be minus quite a bit, and we'll bring in the Amoonguss so that we can slow down the fight. We're not going to bring in a Chien-Pao because I don't want to get stuck with the Serena using Queenly Majesty, which is going to shut down a lot of priority moves used on them. Although I don't have a lot, I still don't want to get caught by using like Sucker Punch in that slot. I would much rather Taunt or Thunder Wave to lower down their speed as much as possible. I can't read any of those, but it looks like we open up with Thundurus and Pelipper. versus Great Tusk and Tornadus. Okay, so I do have a little bit of an issue here, obviously. I could taunt or I can go for the Tailwind. If they go for the Tailwind first, next turn they're going to outspeed me. I'm not going to be able to outspeed them. But I do have a problem with that Seed Seer thing already. So I could swip into Amoonguss and hope for the Rock Slide and see if that'll do damage. But then I leave Great Tusk in danger, pretty much. So I think what I do is just Leer and then go for the Rock Slide and hope for the double flinch. Drop their defense one stage. Rock Slide hits both. Drops them to half or a little more than half. When Bolt Storm is 100%, it does not affect the Great Tusk. It will not take out the Tornadus. Gets really, really close though. And here comes the Tailwind on their side, which just doubles their speed. Okay, so now I have to use Tailwind, and I'm just going to use Rock Slide again. They're perfectly in range for me to maybe get a critical here to maybe KO, but I'm definitely going to be surviving 1 or 2 more turns. Rock Slide hits both, does not get the double KO, leaves them with 1 HP apiece. Citrus Berry activates on the Thundurus. Nothing activates so far for the Pelipper. Windseer Storm comes in, does nothing to Great Tusk, but does injure our Tornadus quite a bit. And what does Pelipper do now? Hurricane? Flinch could not move. It does nothing. Doesn't do a single thing. Gyarados comes in on my side of the field. Lowering down their attacks 1 stage. At this time, I don't think it really matters. Gyarados is gonna... I want to say it's going to protect, but I don't know. Yeah, it's going to protect and Rock Slide. Now they can do the double switch or just switch into maybe save someone in their strat. The Pelipper especially would probably be one that I would swap out now if I could. If I don't have anyone to switch in, I would just get the free switch and let both my Pokemon go down and hope that I take the victory with the last 2 Pokemon that I have in the back. It'd be still a 2-3 fight, but it would be what I would do. Protect goes off on the Gyarados. Do they protect? Pelipper protects. That should have happened like last turn, honestly. Scary Face drops my Great Tusk speed by half, but I don't think it really matters anymore. Rock Slide goes off, does not hit the Pelipper. Does it hit the... Yep, does hit the Thundurus, and it is gonna drop him. Thank you. Thank you, Great Tusk. Now they should have 1 more turn of Trick Room. Not Trick Room, Tailwind. Speed control, speed boost, double speed. Bascullegion Legion comes out now, and he's got double. So I'm gonna go ahead and Thunder Wave the Bascullegion Legion, and I'm gonna swap the Amoonguss out, or swap the Great Tusk to Amoonguss so that I get my speed back, because their Tailwind is going to go away, and I have mine for 1 additional turn. Flip turn, hits the Amoonguss, doesn't do a whole lot, but you know, nice try. You're going to come out with another Pokemon that's going to get Thunder Wave though, 100%. And it's Serena. Thunder Wave into Serena. Cannot move. Hurricane onto the Amoonguss. Just gonna do a lot, but it survives, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay. Now your Tailwind is gone. Gyarados is gonna go ahead and hit. Nope, not hit the Pelipper. I don't think that's going to be the thing. I think I'm going to swap. Yeah, I'm going to swap the Great Tusk, and I'm going to protect. Could I protect? Should I protect? That's a better question. Should I protect? Yes, I am. I'm gonna protect. Gyarados come back. Bring out the Great Tusk. Protect on the Amoonguss. Pelipper protects. Kind of foresaw that as an option. Knockoff goes over to the Amoonguss. And it's not going to do anything. Alright, healed because of leftovers, and my team's Tailwind is now gone as well. Now I could go Rage Powder. Have everyone focus their attention on the Amoonguss right over here. Instead of switching out, because I thought about that. Rage Powder, and then have the Rock Slide come out to do the damage that I would like it to do. I do outspeed everyone on the field right now. Someone avoided it. It was the Pelipper. Why the Pelipper? Hurricane hits the Amoonguss, which is totally fine. That's what Rage Powder is supposed to do. Flinch. Please flinch. 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 Nope. Knock off. It does take out the Choice Scarf. Okay. So now we'll Intimidate. I'm gonna just Rock Slide again. And I'm going to Thunder Wave. Not Thunder Wave, but it's gonna protect. But I was attacking the Pelipper with Waterfall. Rock Slide kicks in. Does a little bit of damage to Serena. Waterfall comes in, hits the Pelipper. Doesn't do a whole lot because it protects. Drop kick. Hits the Great Tusk. It does drop its attack though, one stage. It is super effective. I think I'm gonna change it to fire. That way I don't have to worry about it. Alright, let's hit this thing. I don't know if they've terrored yet. I don't remember. I think that they have. But again, I don't remember. They withdrew the Pelipper, so it's going to be Bascule Legion. Because I think that's all that they have. They just have 3 Pokemon left. I'm going to make so that Drop Kick doesn't do a lot to me anymore. That was still like a good hit. So I'm going to make it like do less damage. But I do have to worry about Flip Turn now. So I'm hoping that I just do a lot of damage now. Rock Slide goes out. Hits both Pokemon. Critical hit on the Serena. And, ooh, a decent hit to the Bascule Legion. Drop Kick does very little now. Drops my attack 1 stage, though. And the rain has stopped. So they have -1. And I have -2. We'll just continue on with that, and I'll Thunder Wave the Bascule Legion. I'm not doing a whole lot of damage, but I'm preventing them from being able to hit me consistently. Hopefully through the paralyzes. Since Spore is no longer able to be used. Withdrew Bascule Legion. I was trying to save the Pelipper so that they can get the double speed for the rain, so that I understand that 100%, but they might have messed themselves up here because now Pelipper goes down. The Thunder Wave goes into the Serena, which unfortunately doesn't do a whole lot because it's already paralyzed, and it's flinched. That's dope. I like that. I like that a lot. Now the Bascule Legion comes out with max speed investment, so it's going to be really, really fast. I'm hoping to survive at least 1 turn, but we'll see. I think it has last resorts too. It might. If it does, then I don't think I have this game, but we'll see. Wave Crash. That's a lot of damage to the Great Tusk, especially in the rain. And hit by the recoil. That's a lot of damage. Thunderwave. So now it's half its speed. So I might be able to outspeed it now. Might be in the keyword. Knock off from the Serena. It's going to knock off my Citrus Berry, which is totally fine. We're going to hit off, or we're going to hit the Basculegion. Yep, last respects. Boop. Oh, drops me to 4. Oh, literally 1 HP drop kick. Boom. Last respects, man. It's so strong. It's a stab move too for Basculegion because he's dark. Not dark, but ghost. Good game. Good game. I thought I had it with Thunderwave, but as soon as I Terra'd Great Tusk, it was over. It was like the best option I had, but he had a water type, two water types. I might have been able to survive a little bit longer if I did something else with the Moongus, but there wasn't anything I could do. I could Terra it, but it was already weak and wanted to deal with. All right, next match is ready to go. We got Scizor, Tornadus, Chien-Pao, Fire Ogerpon, Fluttermane, and Sinistcha. So we will have to worry about possibly Tornadus doing his thing first. So we'll bring in our Tornadus. We're not going to bring in Fluttermane because he's going to get knocked out by the Scizor absolutely with anything that we try to do. We could walk in with our own Chien-Pao and see what happens, but there's a lot of physical attackers on that team. There's 3. It's 3-3. Never mind. I'm wrong on that. Yeah, we'll bring in Chien-Pao, Gyarados, and Great Tusk. We'll leave a Moongus and Fluttermane in the back. I would bring in a Moongus, but I don't think he's really going to make a huge amount of leeway here. So I'm just going to do my best with the team that I've got. And I definitely didn't want to bring in Fluttermane because Fluttermane may or may not be knocked out by Scizor. And that's a huge undertaking. So we have Ogerpon and Tornadus on their side versus my Chien-Pao and my Tornadus. So that's a Fire Tornadus, or a Fire Ogerpon. So I do have to swap out mine. I mean, I could Terra him, right? To make it less effective to whatever could come out of this. I do have to be really weary about the Tornadus on that side of the field. So I'm going to taunt Terra into Ice Spinner into that slot. Because I need Chien-Pao to survive more than one attack. And yeah, he's got Focus Sash, so he'll survive one attack unless they double into that slot, in which he won't. I doubt he'll survive 2 attacks from both of these guys, but Taunt will go off first into their Tornadus. Does it have Mental Herb? He does. Okay, shook off the Taunt using the Mental Herb. Ice Spinner will go right into that slot. So I don't know what he used, but it was not Tailwind, it was not Taunt, it was an attack. I'm assuming he was going to double up into that, which is exactly what was going to happen. Ooh. Chien-Pao is still standing strong, but definitely needs to leave the field now. Definitely. Scizor comes out on their side of the field, which is dope. We're going to go ahead and Bleak Wind. And I'm going to swap out to Gyarados. So now I put a lot of pressure on that side of the field. And if they decide to Terra Ogerpon, he's going to get a +1 from that Terra. And then he's going to get a -1 from Gyarados. So he's going to be neutral by the end of the fight. At least this exchange. I can only hope if that he doesn't play directly to what I'm thinking of what I'm going to do. Because I could have easily protected there and just waited, but I'm definitely going to be like lowering down people's like offense. So Scissor is now going to do less damage now. So here comes the Terra. It's probably going to be the Ogerpon. It is. Here comes the Fire. So he gets a Fire, an attack boost. And now he's just neutral attack, which is great. Bullet Punch into the Gyarados. Does nothing because it's Gyarados. Scizor loses a little bit of HP due to Life Orb. And then Bleak Windstorm comes in and deals a little bit of damage as well. And then here comes the Ivy Cudgel that is Fire type now. Goes right into the Tornadus. Does get the one-hit KO. So I'll go ahead and bring out my Great Tusk. And Great Tusk is going to do what Great Tusk does and follows beyond or behind. Well, it is a stab if he does it. Do I want the stab or do I want the off stab? I want the stab. I want the stab. That's what I want. I want that. I'm gonna waterfall the Scizor. That's what I want. Withdrew Ogerpon to take less damage from the earthquake that's about to come out. We'll bring out the Fluttermane instead. Good job. Booster Energy is activated, and its special attack was heightened. Here comes the earthquake from the Scarfed. Great Tusk, it does not knock it out, but Waterfall comes in and hits the Scizor, which will knock it out. Absolutely. Because Gyarados is flying, it does not touch him whatsoever. So now we're 3-2. I think that's what it is. Ogerpon comes out, and he will get his +1 to attack back. It's no longer neutral. And I will Earthquake again, and I will Waterfall a Fluttermane, just so that I'm not walking into a Spiky Shield. And Fluttermane does not outspeed Great Tusk. He's Scarfed. That thing was Booster Energy with special attack being heightened. So I get that it's like trying to save itself by swapping out so that it takes a little bit more damage. But they totally squandered that opportunity that they had. Because now I gotta knock out both Pokemon. And Gyarados kind of sits there and looks pretty. So, double knockout. Is that the game? Oh, it is. Dope. That was really easy. Good game nonetheless. All right, next matches up. We've got Cinderace, Enamorus, Tyranitar, Urshifu, Dragonite, and Sinistcha. So we do have a wide assortment of Pokemon here. We do have to worry about T-Tar with his sand thing, right? We do have to worry about that, and we also do have to worry about Enamorus. Now, this is the Therian form. It's still decent in Trick Room. I don't know if they're going to set up Trick Room. I mean, it could set up for priority because they do have Dragonite there, and he's a monster to deal with anyway. I think what we'll do is that we'll open up with Tornadus, Fluttermane, bring in the Gyarados, and I want to say the Amoonguss. He might be really, really positive to bring in, but I'm kind of feeling Great Tusk. No, I'll bring in a Chien-Pao. I think that's going to be it. I thought about keeping out Chien-Pao just because he's going to break the sash, but I'm hoping that Chien-Pao will be used more late game than early game when T-Tar is off the field. He is still a little bit of a problem, but we'll do our best to not have to accommodate T-Tar, as he's strong. He's really, really strong. Like him, Iron Thorns is just like him, and put them both in the sand where I think their special defenses are increased. Bro, so tough. Oh, one of my controllers has low battery. That's dope. Okay, so we have Cinderace and Dragonite. Gotcha. So what should I do here? Maybe Terra to save myself from You know what? I'm just gonna let this happen. I'm just gonna let it go. Bleak Wind into Dazzling Gleam. That, I mean, that's still a lot of damage, but I don't see an extreme speed come out of this Dragonite. Ooh, almost a 2 KO from that side. Berry gets eaten on Dragonite's side. I think that is Scalp Berry. Thunder Wave goes over to Tornadus. It's okay. It's paralyzed, so it may not move. And Iron Head goes over to the Flutter Mane. Changes to a Steel type, and which will knock it out immediately. Totally fine with both that. It's not a big deal at all. Because now Gyarados comes out. Drops an Intimidate on both. And I'm going to Bleak Wind and Waterfall the Dragonite. So it's not bad. Like the speed sweep in the beginning was huge. That was huge. Question is, what am I going to do now? Because my controller's about to die. We have Roost for Dragonite, so he is faster. That's interesting. Iron Head goes right over to the Tornadus. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Waterfall goes right into that Dragonite, drops him. And here comes the Bleak Wind Storm, which will miss some... Nope, both of them. I could already tell. It'll miss both. That's Tailwind. And I'm going to Thunder Wave the Dragonite. Tailwind. So this is probably a Terra Flying Dragonite. Thunder Wave goes right over onto that slot. Now you can still Roost, you can still do all your things, but I'm definitely making you slower than me. 100%. Iron Head goes right over to the Tornado. Still doesn't knock him out. Gets really, really close though. And he Roosts again to get back a little bit of his HP that he just lost. Oh, okay, never mind. It's more than just a little bit. We'll go ahead and Leer. And I'm going to... Actually, I'm not going to Leer at all. Well, never mind. Never mind both of that. I'm going to Waterfall the Dragonite. Does very little damage. Bleak Wind Storm. Please hit someone. It does. The Dragonite. Still missing that Cinderace. I wish it wasn't, but it still does. Acrobatics. I like how he just kind of stands there. It's like, it's funny. And Dragonite flinched and could not move. Dope. Dope. Alright, Chien Pao comes out next. And we'll go ahead and just Ice Spinner on the Dragonite, and I'm going to Waterfall the Cinderace. Now I can't switch. Dragonite couldn't move because it's paralyzed. That was probably Extreme Speed, or it could be Protect. I'm assuming that it's Extreme Speed though. It goes down. And Waterfall goes to Cinderace. Now Cinderace has this really weird move called Port Change. So anything that happens on my side would then appear on their side and vice versa. So keep that in mind if you end up having to play against someone. Is if they're like heavily buffing. Like that's huge. That's huge. Alright. T-Tar and Enamorus. And I still have my Terra. Ice Spinner. I could go to the Enamorus. Yeah, we'll go into that slot. And I could Thunder Wave. I don't think I have anything to fear from this team particularly. So they're gonna Terra. Probably gonna be the T-Tar. No, Enamorus. And your type is now going to be Fairy. Okay. So the Dazzling Gleam, Moonblast, or something like that could hit really, really hard against Chien Pao. Ice Spinner will now go into that slot. Takes it down to half. Waterfall now hits T-Tar. Almost a one-hit KO. T-Tar flinched and could not move. Draining Kiss from the Enamorous hits the Qian Pao, takes it down to 1, and unfortunately, Sand is going to take it down. Which is unfortunate because I really wanted to ignore that. But I'm glad I didn't use the Terra now, because now I can Terra my Gyarados and make so Draining Kiss doesn't do anything to me because I'm resistant to that tech. So I'm just going to get that set up right now. So T-Tar, you can go down or you can protect yourself, but I'm not taking any more damage from that Enamorous. So it's going to have to do something else now. Now I do take away my own typing, so Earthquake will start affecting me. So hopefully it's not faster than me, but I don't think it is. But we'll see. It'll protect, so that's good. Waterfall goes into that protects. And Draining Kiss still hits. I thought I resisted, or I was immune to it. I guess I'm just resistant to it. Huh. Interesting. Hit Waterfall right up to the T-Tar, knocks it out. That was also a crit. That's dope. Earth Power right into the Gyarados. Does not get the KO, but it does lower me down quite a bit. And we've got our Citrus Berry to get us back up. Now let's hope I'm not getting buffed by the sand anymore. So I'm hoping that my extra defense pulls through. We're gonna paralyze. Earth Power, nope. I was hoping for the paralyze. It didn't work. Dang it. Then maybe it should have. Maybe yeah. I was gonna say, like, maybe I shouldn't have used it. Maybe I should have done with the Qian Pao. Maybe I would have survived just a little bit longer. That flinch though was immaculate, and the HP that Enamorous would have absorbed wouldn't have been so much. So that's good to know. It's good to know. All right. Our next and final match of the video is going to be Dragapult, Zoroark, that's Hisuian, Sinistcha, Baxcalibur, Espeon, that's interesting, and Urshifu. Cool. This is going to be really, really interesting. So we do have a mixed bag of attackers here. We do have, well, is it really like 1, 2, 3, 4 physical attackers, 2 special attackers? So I think it's safe to say that we can bring in Gyarados this time and like do some major damage. But I do have to try to outspeed that Dragapult, and he's going to be really, really hard to counter. So I'm going to bring in Tornadus, Great Tusk, Gyarados. Should I bring in Qian Pao? I don't think he's going to really do anything. Baxcalibur might be an issue, but yeah, we'll bring in Qian Pao. We'll leave Fluttermane and Amoonguss in the back. Even though those two could slow down or speed up the battle somewhat, I'm already bringing in Tornadus. If I wasn't bringing in Tornadus, then maybe Amoonguss could come in and try to offset a couple of things, but I don't think it's going to really matter due to their type matchups. Especially with Sinistcha, I don't want to get that swap into something I don't want. So single strike Urshifu and Baxcalibur versus my Tornadus and Great Tusk. Now, I'm going to immediately want to Leer, Terra, Rock Slide. Because I don't want to get hit straight away with an Ice Shard or Glacial Lance. If any of those hit Great Tusk, especially from a Baxcalibur, that's a stab move for him. It's going to do a lot. I got to change it to fire so I don't get affected as much. Gonna Leer so that the Rock Slides that come out now are going to do a lot of damage. No Sucker Punch from the Urshifu side. I do a lot of damage to both. That's not Urshifu, that's Zoroark. Hyper Voice does a lot of damage, but it's going to survive. Baxcalibur could not move. Bleak Wind and then Rock Slide for these two, which hopefully will take the game. Ice Shard comes out from the back. Excalibur will knock out the Tornadus. That's unfortunate. But he did not target anybody else. Rock Slide comes in, and it's going to give the double knockout. So 2 for 1 isn't necessarily like the best, but you did take out my big supporter. Now, if you have someone with like Tailwind or someone in the back that's going to be able to take advantage of that, you are definitely set up a little bit better than I am, but I do have Scarfed Great Tusk with Rock Slide coverage, so we can hope. Here comes Qian Pao on my side of the field. Here comes the real Urshifu, which is a single strike. And Espeon. Okay. Espeon, huh? Well, that does put Great Tusk in a little bit of a downer, so I'm going to swap him. Actually, I swapped the wrong person. Woe is me. Sucker Punch, maybe? The Espeon? Yeah, Sucker Punch the Espeon. I'm thinking that they're going to attack. They could do something else, like Ally Switch or set up like another move, but I'm going to bring out Gyarados to lower down that Urshifu's attack one stage. It's also going to affect Espeon, but not too much. They're going to Terra, and it's going to go straight to that Urshifu, I believe. And nope, it's Espeon. Let's go. All right. Fairy. Okay. Okay. I got the low battery warning again on my controller. Hopefully it doesn't die. Sucker Punch over to the Espeon. Does survive. Dazzling Gleam comes out after that. It's going to hit the Qian Pao for quite a bit. It's going to bring it down to its sash for sure. Gyarados is looking pretty powerful still. And a Wicked Blow from the Gyarados. Oh. Yep, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of damage there. Oof. Okay. Great Tusk comes out. Comes back out, I should say. I kind of want to do Sucker Punch. I don't know if it's going to do anything, though. It's definitely not going to knock out that Espeon. The only thing is that I'm in range with that Urshifu. I don't think we got this, guys. But I'm going to Sucker Punch the Urshifu, and I've already Terra'd. It's on Great Tusk. And we'll go with the Rock Slide. I mean, like, why not? Sucker Punch over to the Urshifu. Rock Slide next. Does not knock out the Espeon. Does it flinch anybody? Dazzling Gleam? Nope, does not. I was really hoping for the flinch. I could still flinch the Urshifu, maybe. Please? Nope, Wicked Blow. Right in the face. Boom. That was a crit. Not bad. Like, I was really hoping, like, that 2 for 1 in the beginning was not the best, but that Espeon, though, Terra Fairy with that Dazzling Gleam, yep, just wipes my team. Not bad. Good game. All right, ladies and gents, this is how we end today's video. At 90 fights, we went 36 and 54, which we're not doing half bad. We're still 40%, but we're 10 fights away from the big 100 fights, triple digits, so where we can kind of see where a lot of the team is coming to fit in and what doesn't fit in. And there is a couple of questions that I have, but I'm going to pass that off to you. First of all, who is the MVP of your eyes in this video? And then who'd you like in particular, or if you had to make any changes to the team, who would you switch around to make this team a little bit better? I do have a couple of suggestions, but I want to hear from you first, and I'll discuss my ideas in the next video. I'm gonna just kind of leave it off there because my controller is dying, so yeah, which means I have to stop recording for a little bit, but I'm gonna charge my controller, and then we'll be back for more ranked fights in season 10, and I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the show thus far. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't. Subscribe if you're brand new or a returning viewer. It does help out the channel quite a bit. And don't forget to hit the notification bell over on the right. I do post 6 days a week. Wow, possibly more, depending on how I'm feeling and what I have available to me for time. And don't forget to leave a comment down below. I do reply to any and all comments that you guys leave behind. And again, it does help with the engagement. And I'm trying to hit 400 subs by the end of the month. We got a little over 2 weeks to go, so we should be fine. Maybe a little less than a week. I'm not sure. I haven't looked down at the calendar yet, but trying to hit 400 by the end of September. And then I would like to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year, but that's more of a personal goal just to kind of see if we could do it. But I believe we can with your guys' help. So that's it for me. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.